Hey Libra, welcome to Get Life 333 Tarot. Thanks so much for joining me. This is going to be a bonus read for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I was pushed to do these on Easter Sunday. You guys are my last read. I didn't understand why I was doing them the first couple of readings, and then it occurred to me because the messages were coming out pretty consistent that each of the signs were getting messages having to do with the Jupiter retrograde in whatever relevant house. Okay, so for you guys, it's in your third house of communication. So let's see if we're not going to get some messages having to do with that. I'm just getting with the full moon, the new moon, and all the other things that are going on in the sky right now, things that we've never seen in our lifetime. People are just really kind of looking for some extra messages right now. I am still going to do the first 2 weeks of May reads. I will have those up next week. But I just thought to give you guys a little extra. Maybe you can take a seat or two. Guys, these are general readings. It can't possibly resonate with everyone. So take what resonates, please, and just really throw out the rest. Or check your other signs, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, depending on what you guys resonate most with. I tend to resonate most with my Rising and my Venus are the same. So I tend to resonate with those more than my Sun. So, okay, let's see what we got here. Alrighty, so let's get into this. If I need to clarify, I'm going to use the Rider-Waite. Okay, so the crowning energy, Libra, is time to go. Okay, this is the wisdom of the Oracle. See that? Okay, so I'm getting that there's an ending happening here for you in your life, some part of your life, a completion, a walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn from this experience. You know, you're at the end of the journey, but you haven't really begun the next stage of something. So this energy is asking you to take stock of what you've learned so far, because it's time to move on to a new set of experiences right now. Yeah, you might be in a transition for a little while, but that's okay. So if you've been on a path at work, for example, let's say if it's work, you feel like things need to come to an end. You're really feeling that you're not going to find the success that you desire by continuing with what's in front of you. And this is a good sign, because the thing is here, there's no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown right now and into something new. It's time to walk towards something new. Now, obviously, you're not all going to be able to go in and quit your job or sell your business or just give your business to your partner, right? This is going to be the process, but this is where it's going to be beginning. This is a powerful new opportunity that's going to be opening up to you right now, that getting a very full feeling in my chest. So I feel like it's better than you can imagine. You just have to trust in the idea of moving forward. This is a situation of one door opening as another door closes. For those of you in relationships, okay, so this does indicate that a relationship is over, or at least the form of the relationship that you guys were in is no longer working for either of you, and you both are in this place where you're both seeing it. So this is a time of letting go and of knowing that the journey that you guys have been on had to end. You know, it was not healthy for you guys. It needed to end. But this does not mean that anything is lost. And even though this card does speak of a breakup or drifting apart or the end of a soul contract, however you want to look at it, it's the release of something. So it's like that old saying, you know, if you love something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, it's yours. If not, it never was. You guys, you know, we all know that one. But that's really true here, because endings are always the sign of a new beginning. So the thing here is, if you want something deeper with this person, you guys need this break. It's necessary. Even if it appears that you reach the end of the line and all is lost, I'm not getting that. I am getting that your situation is going to resurface again later. So, you know, maybe look at this as a break rather than an actual ending. Because listen, destiny's in charge here. So you lose nothing and you gain everything if you surrender to that fact. Because I'm feeling that you guys know that something has to give. It can't continue the way it is right now, you know. And I know that there's this little voice inside of you that's really scared, and I think that's natural, right? And with the cool part of this is, though, that little voice is not what maps out the rest of your life. Your soul does. So you really have to trust that right now. All right, so let's get into the card. So we have the Two of Cups. So okay, Libra, I'm getting that you're going to be crossing paths with someone that you're going to have a really deep connection with. I mean, really, really deep. For many of you, it's going to be an intimate relationship. But I'm also getting, for a great number of you, that this is going to... I'm getting very much a career vibe with this, too, just as much as love. So I'm going to have to just address both narratives, okay, as I go along. I'm getting that a lot of you are going to be meeting someone who you're going to end up going into business with, a new business partnership. And there's just this very deep level connection, very deep level. See, you guys see with this card, the cup in this card, this is the Steampunk Tarot, by the way. The cup in this card is more like a cauldron. So if you notice, they're each mixing their water together and they're creating this like new, almost like chemical reaction. But it's this idea of this connection, of this bringing together of people and ideas. Because it's cups, it does indicate emotions, but it could be anything that we're emotional about. But once they mix these things together, something entirely new is going to happen. And that's the important part of this, is that something new is going to be happening. So of course this can be a new relationship where the two of you are in just such sync with each other, where you feel like you've known each other in a past life. But in the same way, I am also getting that this can indicate a very successful coming together of two people, of two minds, to create an incredible business together. So either way, this is very positive. So awesome. And then we have the Lovers. So this card really is about making a decision that makes your heart really happy. So if this has to do with a relationship, this is telling me that you're meeting someone new, as we discussed before with the Two of Cups energy. And honestly, guys, it's the kind of love that makes time stand still and lay down, that kind of thing. Like, it's a true union, that the kind of union that together you're both going to become, excuse me, better versions of yourselves. You know, that you're going to become a version of yourself that each of you would never have become or evolved into as individuals. So that's beautiful. You keep in mind, like, this experience of romantic love, this force in our lives, can be seen as a symbol of a deeper truth. So it's meant to remind us that whenever two right things come together, something incredibly transformative can happen. So these two things can be you plus any other thing that you choose. It could be a relationship, a career, a passion, anything really that speaks to you and you feel is a match to your heart. So the real crux of this card indicates the importance of making the right choice. Make the right decision, and the experience is going to be full of that same high level of power that a strong love has, you know? Even if it has nothing to do with another person, for those of you who are not in the space of having a relationship in your life. And then we have the Emperor. So this card is the number 4 in the major arcana, which represents stability and reliability, you know, kind of the feeling of something stable and safe for you. So Libra, I'm getting it's time for you to play the Emperor in your own life. You know, you have to look for ways that you can create situations and structures and some kind of system to help organize and improve your situation. If you can't, then take enough responsibility to look for an authority figure that can assist or advise you right now on which path to go on. Yeah, I mean, consider your own sense of authority and responsibility in your relationships with others who have authority over you or a responsibility toward you. And ask yourself a couple of questions. Like, are you fighting against or working with a healthy situation or a healthy structure? Are you hiding, are you hiding in some sort of confining situation because you're scared to move forward? So you really need to ask these questions and answer them. So I'm getting that for some of you. If it was this time to go, if it was the ending of a relationship, if it was the kind of situation where you would need to be physically moving away from the person, and you guys had finances tied together, and it is done, I am getting that you are moving forward in a way that where you're going to be able to set yourself up in a new work situation that's going to bring you what you need. And then for another bunch of you, I'm getting that if it's time to go and the relationship is done, you're absolutely going to be meeting someone new. So those are the two very clear narratives I'm getting from this reading. So if that resonates with you, then it's your reading. If not, then this is not your reading. Okay. So then we have the Queen of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, okay. Definitely another finance thing. So your finances might be suffering right now. Like money that maybe you relied on doesn't come in, or you or someone close to you, could be your partner, are not being very responsible with money. This could just be bills getting out of control. You're just dealing with some kind of financial mishap or some sort of hardship. But minor arcana, it's temporary. It's temporary. Really. This can also mean someone in your life, maybe a partner who you were on the outs with. It's like maybe they're being a little mean with money, or, you know what I mean, like holding back, or they could be very much an emotional spender, or you might be doing that, Libra. You might be spending emotionally, to make yourself feel better. You go and get a cute pair of shoes or, a nice bag. But it could be either you or your partner, I'm getting. But yeah, and that's erratic behavior that's done for self-comfort, right? So this just needs to be looked at and discussed and addressed before it gets out of control. You don't want that to become a major issue. And then we have the Eight of Swords reverse. So yeah, Libra, you're feeling very trapped in a certain part of your life right now. Just due to a series of bad experiences, and I mean, we could say bad luck, but I'm feeling like many of you have grown out of your life in a way. And to me, this makes sense if you feel trapped based on it's time to go, because we don't just go in and leave like, oh, I'm going to go. And you don't just go up to your partner. I mean, I guess some people do, but typically you have to think about it for a little bit. What is it going to look like? You have to figure these things out, even if it's your job. You're not going to just go in and quit your job when you have to pay your bills, right? So it's like you're in this beginning phase of figuring everything out. But while you're figuring it out, you really do feel trapped in the meantime. And you are wondering right now if things are ever going to get better, but they are, But this particular card does indicate problems in a career, and just showing a lot of real frustration, just this restriction. And I am getting a lot of you are going to be feeling either guilty, angry, or regretful about something during this time. And you may be expressing yourself in a little bit of a negative way, kind of lashing out at those close to you. So be careful to not do that to people who are trying to be there for you. And also remember, it's a minor arcana. So this is a shorter energy. It's a phase. It's not going to last, okay? Then we have the World reversed, okay? So this is telling me you feel very ready to move on, but you feel blocked, or you don't feel deserving of success that you really do kind of see for yourself, but you're like, no, I just don't see that as my path, that's for other people, not myself. And even if you're not saying this to yourself, I feel like you're feeling it deep inside. So You might be hanging on to one ambition that eludes you, and if so, it's time to just redefine what you want. Adjust your expectations. So you might be clinging on to a dream or an idea or a way of life to the exclusion of all else. So, you don't want to do that, because that's how we let our opportunities pass us by, where we're so dug in to a situation and not willing to make changes and not willing to move, yet we're so unhappy in where we are. Things are never going to get better for you, Libra. I hate to say it, but if if you don't like how things are, you have to keep doing what you can't keep doing what you're doing. It's right. I mean, that's common sense. So yeah, this is just telling me too that for some of you, I'm also getting, this for a handful of you, that some of you may feel like that your issues aren't being made to matter right now. Almost like you're being eclipsed by someone else right now in your life. Like their problems are a lot more important than yours, or at least that's how they're making it seem. And that is really making you feel very worse in a situation that you're not feeling great in to begin with. Okay? Yeah. The thing is this, the World card is so positive. So even though there are negatives here, they're minor. Because I just don't get that it's going to stay like that for long. And you're going to get what you deserve. It's just going to take a little longer to become obvious to you. But once first of all, you have to love that it's on the table, reverse or not. Because the reverse just means a delay. But once that delay is over and it turns around, the World is everything. It's the last card of the major arcana. It's the culmination of all of those energies. It's beautiful. This is just saying, not right now. So you just have to be very patient, Libra, and stay open. Stay open. Don't be closed-minded during this time. Then we have the Eight of Wands. So something's going to be happening for you very quickly. This is the kind of energy where like one small action sets a bunch of other things in motion that have been at work for a very long time. Very fast-moving energy of things that are inevitable, that are just definitely going to happen. Events that are currently in motion will quickly reach like a sense of resolution. The situations that have been created over time, those kind of situations, like a series of actions and reactions are about to reach a point of culmination. Now, this, to me, this is kind of like the Wheel of Fate in this way. So this is a positive energy. If you've been making plans about something and hoping that everything's going to come together, this energy does indicate that things are going to unfold as you hoped. On the other hand, if you've been feeling this sense of unease about something, like something bad is going to happen, this can be a more negative energy for you. But the thing is, even if this is the case, you have options if you're willing to take the consequences. The thing to keep in mind here is that the beautiful formation of these wands can turn into chaos very easily. And the resulting mess might be worse or it might not be. There might be a sense of like a clearing of the air. The question here is, are you willing to take the risk? But regardless, I am getting that you're going to be receiving a message that's going to play a key role in how events are going to be rolling out for you now. So for some of you, this can absolutely have to do with this time to go card I'm getting. Something may happen very quickly. You find out about something. But again, this is the fact that I'm getting that, and it's a minor arcana. It's not, for those of you who know tarot, it may sound like I'm actually discussing a potential tower moment, but the tower is a major arcana, and that's a long-lasting, more permanent energy, and I'm not getting that. So, yeah, you may be in for a little bit of a chaotic situation in front of you, or something really awesome that you've been waiting for. So it just depends on, it's like the Wheel of Fate, it just depends on on what your situation is, because everybody's story is going to be a little different. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the card of accomplishment. I love this. This is the self-made person. This is self-mastery, it's discipline, it's hard work to create a safe, stable, and secure life for yourself. This is about independence, making your own way. Libra, this is you. I love this for you. Yeah, and you know what too? You're in a place here with this energy that you totally know that no matter how many butterflies somebody blows up your ass with promises of being there for you and a commitment and this forever kind of partnership and sharing this dream with you and all of that, you're in this place where you are not willing to buy into the fairy tale at this point. You're just very realistic. It's not that you're not willing to love. It's not that you're not willing to trust. It's not that. It's about you wanting to become very established and independent and comfortable in your own skin with you, with Libra. I'm getting that many of you may have been dealing with having some codependency issues in the past that you've been really working on getting past. I'm getting that you have arrived. This energy totally supports that you're just looking at relationship differently. And this isn't to say that you haven't always functioned as an independent spirit within your relationship. This isn't to suggest that, but it means you really understanding how to bring yourself flowers and how to validate yourself and how to provide for yourself and how to trust yourself and how to enjoy yourself with yourself, you know, just really loving who you are and getting to this place where I'm getting that you're going to be going into this space where you haven't felt that ever. And Libra, you know, listen, you have Jupiter retrograde in your third house of communication. Now, communication is how we speak, obviously, to the people in our lives, but also our self-talk and how we communicate with ourselves and our willingness to be honest with ourselves and our willingness to be real and raw with choices that we've made in the past and how we ended up where we ended up. This is all forms of communication. So, you know, while this is absolutely going to be reflected in your career and in your private life and even in your family structure, it's absolutely going to be happening within yourself. So I love this because the other side of this means that whatever relationship you get into moving forward, it's going to be for all the right reasons. And not to fill some need in you, but to just be partnered with a healthy energy. And I honestly, I love this reading for you. I really do. You're going to have some points where it's going to be, I feel like, a little uncomfortable at certain points. But the end result, the other side of this is just going to be really, really beautiful. Yeah, I really like it. I don't even feel the need to clarify in any of this. I really don't. The messages are very direct, and the different circumstances and narratives that I presented are just because obviously this is a general reading. Okay, Libra, that's what I have for you. I'll see you guys next week when I do the beginning of May reads. Okay, bye-bye.